What is going on, everyone? In this video, just a little warning that you need to really pay attention to what you're bidding on, or you may get a little surprised when that item shows up. Let's check this out. All right, so before we get started, please remember to hit that like button and hit the subscribe button if you'd like to see more content like this. So what we are talking about here is something that actually one of the followers of the channel messaged me about. They sent me a picture from a current auction that's going on, kind of asked some questions about it. When you look at it, you're just like, come on, CGC. It's such a dumb mistake that this type of stuff should never get through. Now, I realize that CGC grades thousands and thousands of books per day. And so stuff is bound to happen. But this kind of thing, like if there is any level of quality check, this would never get through. Like things where, maybe the wrong name is on the label or something like that. Like I could see someone maybe missing that, or the wrong variant version or something. I could see that happening. But this one, no. There's not much of an excuse for it. But let's get into this. So we're going to jump over to Comic Link. So Comic Link has an auction going on right now, and that's where this book is listed. So there's a couple things here. One, I don't think Comic Link should have listed this book. I think they should have, if this was from a consigner, which it usually is, I'm generally thinking it's not Comic Link's books. But if it's from a consigner, they should have said, hey, sorry, we will not list this book. This needs to be corrected first before we're going to put this out there, because this is just something that, the first person that got this book back, whenever they did, should have taken care of this immediately, because it would have been something they could have gotten fixed for free. But my guess is that they probably thought, hey, this is better. I can probably get more money for it. And that's, why they didn't get it fixed. But what we're going to look at here is Amazing Spider-Man number 48. So we got Amazing Spider-Man number 48. There is a high grade copy, and this 9.2 looks like a universal copy, right? Doesn't even say anything in the notation over here. So this is where this could really catch you. It's got the blue label, says CGC universal grade on the top there. But if you click on the listing, you go in and check out what's in here, and then you actually go down to the book, you see it is a restored copy. It has slight B1 restoration on the top here. Restoration includes cover cleaned. My guess is that somebody tried that, either like the blue LED or the water washing or something like that, and it got caught. Like Matt Nelson said in that recent interview he did with Mickey with Spiegelhaus Comics, if you go too far, then they'll hit you with the restored label. If you don't go, you got to figure out what that that line is that you're allowed to go to before you get the restored label. But in this case, they used the wrong label. This is supposed to say CGC restored grade. This is a slight B1. It is definitely not a universal book. It's got the restoration on here and everything. If we jump, and this is one of the things that's a little frustrating to me with Comic Link. This is why I was saying, like, they should have rejected this, because they actually put the note here. They say it's restored. B1, slight professional. Restoration includes cover cleaned. But it's clearly a universal label. Like, this book should not be sold here. It should be fixed. Then if we go over to CGC's page, we can look up the cert number, and we can see the details on it. And CGC here as well has it identified as a B1. It does not say universal for the grade category. It has the restoration there. Someone just made a mistake. They used the wrong label, and so now you've got this universal graded book with slight B1. Like I said, this is the type of stuff that it's really frustrating when you see this, because when anybody, will say like, oh, we have quality checks or whatever, it's like, well, I get some stuff can get through, but when you have very obvious restoration marked on the label, especially here, the slight B1, it's like, who's checking that? Because that shouldn't get through, like, ever. So now the thing is, what I did was I went to GPA, just to kind of see if maybe this book has sold before, or I was trying to see what this book might sell for. And I saw that there was a B192 that sold in December for $250. And, if we go to it, we can't actually find it here. There's no link, meaning it probably sold on eBay. So I went over to Go Collect because they retain the pictures of all the sales. And if you go to December of 2023, you can see this same book. And so this book has passed through a few hands at least, because we can see that this one was graded in November of 2023. I'm guessing whoever sold it here, whoever this one was, which we can't see, is the person who maybe originally got it graded, got it back, and then sold it like this, when they should have sent it back to CGC to have the label fixed, because it should have been a purple label. Now, I'm not trying to say that they did something, nefarious there or whatever.
Take them away, toys.
But they also knew it was restored. You can see it here. They put it in the description, slight B1, but they didn't get this fixed. This is the type of thing that you get it addressed right away. It doesn't cost you anything. It's a label mistake. But now that it's passed on, if somebody wanted to get it fixed, they would have to send it in for a mechanical, and it would cost them some money. And so it's much less likely to get addressed now. So it's just, one of these really annoying things. Like, one, this person shouldn't have sold it as this was. Two, Comic Link should not be selling this book as it is right here. Like, this should not be in like a major comic auction house in this form. Now, it is currently bid at $131. So, that's $120 right now, less than where it sold back in December. So hopefully people, have noticed that, and are bidding accordingly. Because you can see a 9.2 just in March of a Universal sold for $661. Now, that was a very high sale. You can see this really big jump here, actually the record ever for that book. Prior record, Comic Boom, 630. So this one, we had a sale of 456 before that. The year before, kind of like 500 down to 370. It's probably like a $450, $470 book in a 9.2. Granted, it has that one big sale, but like I said, I always need confirmation sales, and all the other sales look like it's more like a $450-ish book, especially when we had a 9.4 just sell for 552. Like 661 to me was just an overpay. Let's see where that one might have been. This one was on Comic Connect. It's got one of those stickers. All right. So I had somebody comment about this. These are not pedigrees. Okay. Like someone said that, it's like, oh, it sold for more because it's a pedigree. No. These stickers that are like here, that are used on Heritage, they are not pedigrees. They are just a collection of books that came to that auction house, and they put a sticker on it to say that it's in this collection of books. If you crack this book out and got it reslabbed by CGC or whatever, you sent it into CGC, even in the slab, that sticker is not going to be on there. It does not carry forward with the book like a pedigree. So just be aware of that. It's a way to make people pay more for the comic, and personally, these stickers are so big, I don't even like them. I think they detract from the book. Look, it covers up all the details over here. To me, it would lower the value. It should lower the value of the book. So that is what this should do. But yeah, those stickers, those are not like the official pedigrees. It's not like the Mile High or the Okajima or anything. It's like, this is some collection that they found, that is all being sold here. It doesn't meet the requirements of a pedigree. There are specific rules that meet the requirements of a pedigree. It's just a collection, and they put a sticker on the case. But okay, so done with that little rant there. But what should this book sell for? I think 250 seemed high. For a 9.2 restored and a restoration type that you can't get back from, cover cleaned, you're pretty much screwed. Like, you're staying in a purple label. Like, you're not getting back to a blue label. It's not like there's a small amount of color touch that could be removed, something like that. This is what it is. And now maybe you could submit it a whole bunch of times to CGC, and maybe one of those times they miss it. But at that point, it's not worth it. It's just not valuable enough to make that attempt. But what do I think this one is worth? At a high grade like that, usually restoration hurts the value more than just like 50%. And this 250 is at like a 50% valuation. I would probably be going down to like 25%, maybe. So like maybe $150, $130, somewhere in that range, kind of where it's sitting right now. You know, it's sitting at $130 right now. I personally, I wouldn't bid any more than that. I think for a restored book, you know, a restoration that can't be addressed, I think that's kind of the value. I mean, it's a great presenting copy, but it is a restored copy, whether the label says universal or not. But just wanted to put this this little video out here, just in case you had been watching this book and were thinking of bidding on it and had not noticed that this was actually a restored copy. Now you know, and hopefully you won't bid anymore on that comic. But still, I think Comic Link should just pull the book and have the book fixed, and then they can, you know, then they can sell it as the restored copy that it actually is. But if you enjoyed this video, if you'd like to see more videos like this, please hit that like button, subscribe button, notification bell, all that kind of stuff, and I will see you on the next one.